Hello, dear friends. A warm welcome once again to the International Fabtalks show. We are glad that you are with us every single day. Dear friends, thanks for your support. And today here we are with our special guest. She's here to enlighten us about her journey and how you could also be in her shoes. You could know how she's doing the things in the right way. She's here to guide you and to inspire you and to inspire me. To define yourself, who is the real you?
If you want me to define Gauri, Gauri is someone who is a very open person, but open only to few people. It takes time for me to gel along and let people enter into my inner circle, and the people who have entered know I am a chirpy bird. I speak a lot. I am empathetic. And somehow I've always been received the name of being a problem solver, whether it was with friends, whether it is with family. So yeah, that has come to me inbuilt, and then I have updated my skill. As an individual, I am someone who loves my me time. I am someone who is always ready to give into any relationship which comes in, whether it is family, professional. I choose to give more than my 100% which I can give. So that's me in a nutshell.
Great, great. Very nice. I love this. I love the me time.
Yeah.
That's really nice. Prioritizing me time is very beautiful. Dear ma'am, thanks for sharing. How do you manage stress, or how would you enlighten our virtual audience and our guests today how to de-stress from the professional space where we are? We have always been focusing on lots of stress and our productivity is very low. So how would you give us an insight into de-stressing on the professional front?
I would take a little longer time to explain this because this being my expertise, with emotional intelligence comes how do you deal with stress also, that being one of the major emotion in today's date. And it is actually surprising and shocking to hear it is not just at work. There are 5-year-old kids telling that I'm stressed. So, how and why it happens. Now, even before going into understanding that how do we de-stress, let us understand how do we get stressed, because there's where the key lies. For a person to get stressed, it is majorly because they are never in the right here, right now. They are either in the past thinking what went wrong, or they are in the future getting anxious and thinking what can go wrong, rather than being in the right here, right now, and making sure that nothing goes wrong, or making sure that I give my level best. So that is one of the things which we should always look at, that stress always happens for something which has happened in the past, and you continuously keep think about it. So make sure that you don't do that. You're always in the present moment. You think about today and take one day at a time, because no one knows what is there tomorrow. And you should always be thankful when you get up in the morning that you are able to see the today, because you never knew when yesterday you slept whether you will be able to see the today or not. So be thankful. That is one thing which I would say. Gratification is something which helps reducing stress a lot. Constant gratification. I always say that journal your have a gratitude journal. Journal your gratitude every day. Start thanking not just people but things which are in place, or which are helping you be where you are. And at the same time, there are a few practices which you can do to de-stress yourself. One of them I say is a grounding exercise, where you calm down, you sit at one place, wherever you are sitting, and you shut down everything else, put on some meditative music in your ears, and experience, or you have to squeeze and release every single body part of yours, starting from your toes, curling your toes and leaving your toes, to curling or pulling your calf muscles and then leaving your calf muscles. So it starts from the toes, and you can go all the way up to your facial muscles. You can tighten your facial muscles and then release it. And while you're doing all of this, continue breathing in and breathing out in a normal pace. This would not take more than 5 to 7 minutes for you to do, but this can de-stress you immediately, whatever the stressor is there around. Yeah. And another thing which I always say, this is a very psychological and technical thing, that when you get stressed, how is your breathing pattern? Your breathing pattern is mostly you breathe in a lot and breathe out less. Whereas once you are done with something which is very tiring and stressful, once you're done, you leave a breathe out, a big breathe out, like, So when you find yourself stressed, immediately go into this pattern of breathing in for 4 to 7 counts and breathing out for 10 counts. Breathing in lesser, breathing out more. So you are actually bluffing your brain and telling that things are okay. Because the moment you are out of stress, you will be able to get clarity in whatever you're doing, and you will be able to be more productive. So these are few things which I can say in the limited time which I have. Yeah, I can go on and on, but then over to you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. I'm going to practice that. I love the
So,
way you put all of that. Thank you very much. Dear ma'am, how were you as a little kid? How was that little Gauri? Is she the same today, or there's a great change? Were you shy, obedient, naughty when you were young, a little child?
uh, okay. So I would say that there have been different phases of Gauri. And I was a very quiet kid, a very average kid, very subtle, never involved in anything too much. I wanted to get involved because my brother was way good, so that competitiveness comes. He's my elder. But at the end today, my mother says she has 2 sons and 1 daughter. And the kind of effort she had to put in growing me up was double what she put in both the sons. Because later part of my childhood, I became the most notorious one. Somehow it just happened. And being the most notorious one, she had to invest a lot of time and energy in me. So yeah, my naughtiness started, I think, after my 8th grade or 9th grade. Then is when I became that violent me, and I'm still naughty, I would say. So my mother still says that it takes a lot of effort to bring you up. So yeah, a naughty one after I turned teen, I would say. Before that, I was a very quiet girl. I had extreme stage fear, and few of my family members still think that they are surprised to see me talking over stages where there are thousands of people, and I just take it as an cakewalk. So yeah, there's a
Great.
change.
Brilliant, brilliant. Wow. Very
Thank
nice.
you.
Very nice. And my dear friends, you have to learn this from our celebrity to overcome your shyness and face the world with thousands of audience in front of you. Yes, dear ma'am. The next question coming up. Who is your inspiration, or who do you consider your role model?
This is a question which I answer in a very different way because I don't have one inspiration. There are multiple. So one of my inspirations would be my dad for his perseverance and patience when he deals with things at home, being a family man. And the other one would be my grandfather for being open and walking ahead with the next generation. Just an example I would give what he had done. He's no more though. But I remember I have a love marriage, and the first man in my family to accept or agree to that was my grandfather because he was very open minded. Told she's picked up someone, and I have confidence in our upbringing. She would not pick up any Tom, Dick, and Harry to bring into the family. So that belief which he had in his upbringing was beautiful. The way he changed from his generation to our generation was beautiful, and I look forward to be the same a progressive adult and a grandmother in the near future, whenever it is, who works with the generation, who develops and progresses with the generation. So yeah, my father, my grandfather, there's a lot of inspirations though, but I would try to come down with these two.
Very nice, ma'am. A progressive mindset.
Yes.
And you would like to continue that journey of being progressive and kind of gelling with the new generation. Very nice.
Yes.
I really appreciate that. And this is a takeaway for everyone, including me. Thank you so much, dear. Dear ma'am, are you a good reader? Do you read books? And if so, which is your favorite book?
Which is my favorite book? Rather than that, which is my favorite author, I would say. Because I love all his books. Sidney Sheldon is one of the authors which I started when I was in my 12th grade. Yeah, that is the time when my mother did not want me to read English novels. Like there will be something kind of thing. So I used to hide and read. But later she understood that reading books drives me crazy. So I have read, I think, every book of Sidney Sheldon. So he's one author which I like. The latest Indian author, I would say, Amish. And there's a reason why I like Amish is because he is one person who actually revived that in me, that imaginations can be anything, and how can you use your imaginations to show or portray a picture of anything. I mean, if you look at all his books, they're all based on some mythological character, but described as a simple human being. So he has the talent. He was able to do it, and yeah, most of his books I've read that. Majorly being Shiva trilogy. One of the, if you ask what is my favorite book till today from an Indian author, that would be Shiva trilogy, for the way they have described and explained Shiva.
Great.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. Dear ma'am, any recent incident you remember, a positive incident that recently occurred, it's still fresh in your mind, you would like to share it with us?
Oh, I always look for positivity, so that is everywhere there. But then, yeah, recent one would be I don't know if it is a positive or a negative one, but very recently I broke my finger and my wrist during one of the trainings. And the beauty was my commitment towards the training, because I take my trainings very seriously. This happened even before the lunch break, but I chose to continue, and somehow that got me the power. With two small fractures, cracks in my bones, I was still able to continue and complete the session till 6:30, and then go back home because my home needed my commitment. I went to the doctor only the next day, because and that also because that day I had to catch a flight for another training in another state. So we worked on my wrist and my finger, and I went along taking the training, and that actually reminded me that how strong you are if you want to be strong, you know. So yeah, that is one of the positive things which I took as a learning from myself.
So the great thumbs up to you.
Thank
You never know how strong you are. Then when you know you are so strong, you say you begin to praise yourself, love yourself more. Yeah, I can
you.
face anything. And we love you for that. Thank you so
Thank you
much.
so much.
You give a lot of positive energy.
Thank you.
Thank you, dear. Dear ma'am, the next question coming up is like, how would you want to be remembered in this world? How should we remember this special person, Gauri Gopinath?
I would be wanted to be remembered as someone who had equal, or I would say unlimited love for everyone who was around her, whether it is a human being, whether it is an animal. My love is equal for all, and I think a little extra for the voiceless beings, because we as humans had come to this world to coexist. So I believe in, when I go back, at least I leave some imprints which would help the younger generation to continue having that, relationship with all the voiceless beings, because coexisting is the core. So someone who has promoted coexisting, someone who has promoted love, because love is very important. Everything else can be, replaced when love is, sufficient amount of love is there in your life. So yeah, that's what I believe in.
Great, ma'am. I love the way you put it so clearly, to coexist.
Yeah.
And of course, the universal language is love. So very nice. So this is how you would like to be remembered. Very nice.
Yes.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, are you a movie buff? Do you watch movies?
I'm not a movie buff person. Yeah, I do watch movies. I do watch.
Favorite movie?
Favorite movie? There are a lot of favorite movies. I have a favorite actor called Shah Rukh Khan, so all his movies become favorite. But one of my most favorite movie would be, I mean, I love watching that, is Cheeni Kam in Hindi. Okay. Now, why? Yeah, that's a very rare choice which people have, because in that generation, when it came, it was actually speaking about a very, very important, topic which was there in the society, which people were not able to accept. So that came as a revolutionary movie, and a very light revolutionary, because normally when it goes to revolutionary movie, it becomes unentertaining. So that was one movie which had both. One. Second would be Tamasha. A beautiful storytelling, I would say, Ranbir Kapoor's movie. So that is one which I like a lot. In English, there's one movie which has inspired me and has always brought me whenever I was down, was The Pursuit of Happiness. That is one movie which I can see anytime, any number of times. And the favorite industry which I like in movies is the Tamil industry because they come up with brilliant movies. They pick up topics and they do super movies on each of these topics. I mean, I cannot count one. There are many. Malayalam and Tamil are two industries which I love. So yeah,
Because they depict reality in that, the
yes,
real essence of life, the feelings, the emotions are very well depicted in especially the Tamil and Malayalam movies. Recently,
exactly.
the other day, we had a discussion with one of the celebrities, and this is what we discussed. This depth when they, create, direct a movie or, produce a movie.
See, Bollywood movies are still running between a girl is there, a boy is there, they have a love affair, they have a tragedy, they overcome the tragedy, and the love wins. Now, somehow, somewhere around Malayalam and Tamil industry have stopped doing that. There are a lot of times when they practically show that no, the two souls are not together, but still they are living life because whatever commitments they have, that is there. They take in societal issues and make brilliant movies on that. They take in very small issues like domestic violence. They take issues like psychological issues which have impacted people, but people have ignored it for a very long time. They have taken very reserved issues like how sometimes there's one movie where they talk about how beggars are made, are evolved. There's a little bit of it. That is a very great movie. You come to a realization that how they live, what is their way, and you look at that part of the society which you haven't looked at. So Tamil, and I cannot say one movie in Tamil and Malayalam, so it's the whole industry and any movie which comes from there.
Yes, agree with you, ma'am. 100%. All with you. Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, the next question coming up. If at all you had lots of holidays, maybe even one day you could take 1 week, maybe 1 month, or maybe 6 months, which would be your favorite holiday destination?
Any place which has sea,
Oh, great.
and I stay by the sea. I get up by the sea. I sleep with the waves of the sea. Yes, that place. It can be Goa. It can be Pondicherry. It can be, anywhere in the world. I need sea.
So you're one lucky person who has it, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah, yeah. I am. That's what is keeping me in Chennai for the past 15, 20 years, I would say, is my time with the sea. It could be very rare. Yeah, when I'm talking like this, people would think every evening I would be at the beach. No, it's once in a month also. But oh, that one moment when you see the waves of the sea hitting the sand and then going back. A little bit of poet in me, which is there, it comes out on that day, I would say.
great.
Yeah.
Very
So
nice.
any place which has sea.
Beautiful. Dear ma'am, one thing now. What is that one thing you like about yourself? You admire that quality in you.
Okay. Um. Uh, there are a lot of things which have gone downhill because of that, but still I am that way. Is when someone comes with a problem, and if it is in my capability to solve it, I would give in my 100%. And that would be my priority to make sure that I make their life on this planet Earth a little easier with whatever efforts I can. Now, it even includes animals, it includes humans. I'm always there, so somehow I make that time to help them and support them. Yeah, that is something which I like.
Filled with compassion, for
Yeah.
everyone. That's nice. Very nice. And it's a very rare quality. You can't find it in everyone.
Okay. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes, dear. What I've noticed, like just some people just walk away from that scene. But there are some who stop and try to do something, at least up their bit, and then go ahead. The next question, ma'am, about a lottery. How would you feel if you won a lottery? Do you think winning a lottery would make a difference or having a perfect job? Which one? How would you balance this question and try to explain yourself?
See, money doesn't hurt anyone. So lottery would not hurt, but I would still choose to continue working whatever I'm doing. Yes, the lottery can help me make few of my dreams which I have a little more faster. Like, one of the dreams which I live by and is when I can construct um a shelter for all the voiceless animals all over India. starting from my city, where no animal is anymore a stray animal. They always have a place to stay. They always have a place where once they grow old, they can, spend their last few years. So yes, if I get a lottery, that is the first thing which I would be doing. That starting that, and yes, I will have to keep working to continue making this thing happen, because that will require a lot of money to keep coming and pumping in. So yeah,
Very
that is
nice.
how I
Very
would
beautiful.
equate.
And I began to imagine that place where you're going to get it, and all these animals and all are there, and there's certain animals are already aging and they are being taken care of. I just formed a visual picture in my mind as you were, sharing that part. Very nice, and a beautiful one, ma'am. Very nice. Dear ma'am, the next question for you is like, what is the change that you would want to bring in the world? Personally, what type of a change you want to bring in the world?
Oh, this is one of my most favorite question to answer. I would somehow uh, make people understand that there's no gain in running or chasing all through your life, and we all are in some invisible competition and running towards something, forgetting how to live, and then the moment we realize that, oh my god, I did not live my life has already come to the last part of living. So I think your only competition should be you yourself. Just take it one day at a time, try to be better than yesterday, and that's the only competition which is required. Money can come and go, comfort can come and go, everything will come and someday go, but when the health goes, it is very difficult to get it back. When the time goes, it is very difficult to get it back. So stop running, start enjoying. Halt, enjoy, live life.
Perfect, perfect, ma'am. Brilliant. Thank you so much for that beautiful message. Thank you for the beautiful change you would like to see in the world and bring about that beautiful change. Dear ma'am, the next question: do you ever plan to retire?
Oh, I love what I do. There is nothing called retirement. So I did my bachelor's in IT, but I did not. I think if I would have been working in IT, I would have had a date for retirement. Uh, then I went into business development. I think even then I would have had a date of retirement. But today, where I am with all the education which I have gained, and in the people help, place where I am capable of helping someone or the other. So the more older I get, the more costlier like a wine I get, with my experience what I have with working with humans of different places, different ideologies. So I don't think I'll ever retire until and unless I have voice. I will be working.
Great, great. Very nice. Very nice, dear ma'am. Ma'am, the next question coming up: do you think that we at this age or the youth should start saving up for their retirement? We have seen many of the senior citizens who have given their all to their family, and now they're in their senior years, or they're unable to fend even for themselves a plate of a square meal a day, you could say. Like, what is the advice or suggestion you would like to give?
See, I would like to suggest them one thing. Unfortunately, our Indian government has not come up to that capability that they can give them the retirement money like Germany, where you don't have to save because the government will take care. Today, your biggest investment in your younger generation should be to bring in that culture in them, because that is what has brought India where it is today. The family ideologies and the culture of family being a very important thing, especially the parents, because that culture will only come because kids are, the statement monkey see, monkey do. They are into that. They would not hear you, they would see you and learn from you. So our biggest investment for our kids should be to show them how do they value the family tree and how important it is to take care of the older generation, because how much ever money you can save uh, lakhs and crores and crores, but still, if a nurse is coming and nursing you, catering to your needs, you will still be wired for that emotional connect which you seek from your kids. And I think that is what is unique in Indian culture, which is not there in the English culture. And we should see how we can preserve that by investing our time with the kids and making them understand that family is very important, parents are very important, and you investing a little bit of your part in life. Money comes secondary. I am talking about more about the emotional investment, that will actually make our retirement much better. A food a little less on the plate, but emotionally, if we are sound, I think we will live longer.
Absolutely, ma'am. Very well said. Even if you have money, but still you need the emotional support, the moral support. That's very nice. I really like the way you put it. And that is the truth, the need of the hour, and it's a reality. Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice, dear. I'm very happy with that answer. Very much pleased. It's great wisdom. I see that you have a lot of wisdom that you're sharing today with us. I feel like that's
Thank you
it's
so
not
much.
just knowledge, it's wisdom. Like, really, this is what we need to do. Very nice.
I believe in practicality somehow.
Great.
So yes.
Yes. Dear ma'am, what brings a smile on your face?
My daughter and my dogs. So I actually call them my daughters because I have three, two four-legged and one two-legged daughter. And now I have a recent latest son, the most notorious one. So seeing them play can, after a very exhaustive day, can still bring a smile. When I am broken down, shattered and crying, looking at their faces can make me smile. When I'm in the most angriest mode, when the whole house is upside down, their innocent face makes me smile. So these four people can make me smile any day.
So sweet. Very nice and very fair. Very beautiful. Very nice. I love the answer, dear.
Thank you.
Dear ma'am, any weakness for sweets, ice cream, chocolates?
Oh, I have a sweet tooth. I have this weakness for any kind of sweet. I jump into taste. I have sweets, cakes, ice cream, chocolates, everything, everything. I am a crazy sweet eater.
Great. Same to you, same page. Me too. Yes, dear ma'am. From where do you derive this strength? You find yourself very strong. I find you very strong. And we've heard many of our people who we've connected before this interview, they find you very strong. They draw positive energy from you. From where do you get this strength?
I would say I had a difficult childhood and I still came back to what I am because I believe, okay, I identify myself as a phoenix. If someone asks me, what is that one thing which you would identify yourself? It's like a phoenix. Every time you fall, you come back and you come back stronger. With every failure, you learn something and you come back stronger. Now, whether it is an love failure, an emotional failure, business failure, or anything. So my strength is in the experience which I have had till date with whatever life has given me. And I am looking forward to learn more from it.
Great. Great. Very nice. Very well answered.
Yeah.
Very well answered. Dear ma'am, is there anything that scares you? Like, do you ever feel scared regarding anything?
Anything that scares me, lizard scares me. I am freaking scared with lizards, but then, uh, yeah, that's something which comes in. But more than that, I would say what scares me is, um, do I have enough time to love the people I love? So, yeah, thinking of that, yeah, that scares me because time can never be enough to spend with the people you love, So that is something that scares me. That do I have that enough time to do what I want to do?
Very honest. Very honest. Yes, dear. I could correlate with you. I could understand what you're seeing. Yes, dear. Very nice. Dear ma'am, the next question. Do you ever get angry?
Yeah, I'm not a saint. So yes, I do get angry from child. Again, this is something which I would say I have inherited from my mother. That she, we get angry very fast and we get angry very violent. So in childhood, I used to pick up things and throw and break. That is how physical violent I was. But one day I broke something which was very favorite of mine. Then is when I learned this is not something which is good. So I started deviating my energy towards. There's a cushion. That pillow is still there. That pillow is, I think, 20 plus years old. So I started picking up that pillow and throwing whenever I used to get angry. That was my way of controlling my anger. Today, it has become that whenever I get angry, I know I have to channelize this energy into something. So I start decluttering, and I become quiet. I don't talk to people when I get angry. A lot of things make me angry though. So yeah, I have a coping up mechanism because I know my wrath when I am angry is very bad. So I choose not to show it to anyone.
And I love the way, to divert your anger, you declutter things and keep yourself busy and occupied. That's really also very nice. Beautiful.
Yeah, because anger comes with a lot of energy, actually. Anger is an emotion which can bring in extreme energy in you. Now, you can choose where do you channelize this energy, what do you do? So there are at times when I sit and write poem because writing requires a lot of brain energy, If it's not physical, at least mental energy is required. So either I get into writing or I start decluttering, because the moment you declutter something and everything is organized and your eyes look at it and it goes to the brain sees that, okay, there is some kind of arrangement, sorting off. So that anger comes when things are not in your control. And somehow now this is in your control. So that will calm you down, and then you can think about whatever you were getting angry. Sometimes I start cooking, sometimes I start cleaning. Just channelize your energy into something positive.
Great, dear. Great, ma'am. Ma'am, your favorite color and why?
The two most purest colors, I would say, black and white, are my favorite color. Now, why? Because black is something which absorbs everything in it and still bees what it is. So I would like to be like the color black, that whatever comes to me, I absorb it and I still be myself. And white is because it reflects what falls on it. So it is very important that you reflect what energy you get, and at the same time what knowledge you get. So I choose to reflect all that what is positive, and I choose to absorb all that is negative and still be myself. So that is why black and white.
Beautiful. Very nice. Very nice, ma'am. Dear ma'am, as a student, your favorite subject?
Oh, this is a discussion which we were having with my daughter very recently. As a child, my favorite subjects used to be maths and history. um, and my love for English started a little late, but then yes. Uh, so yeah, these are the three subjects which I love a lot. And human psychology has always interested me. But then, yeah, my parents had different thought process, so I did not study it first. I became an engineer first. But then, yeah, human brain, human psychology, rather most than the brain, human mind is what is one subject which I'm still curious. I still keep learning. I still keep enrolling myself into different programs to keep learning about it.
Great, ma'am. Very nice, dear. Dear ma'am, any message for the younger generation from your side?
I would reiterate the same, which I was telling, that never try to become someone. Okay. A lot of people say, how do I become you? Why do you want to become me? Become the first version of you first. And second, never keep running in some kind of competition. Just have yourself as your competition. Be better than what you were yesterday, whether it is about marks, scores, everything. And the third thing, to the younger generation, which I would like to give, something which they have somehow forgot. Education and schooling is not about marks. That is just a part of it. You would be educated when you would learn the right way of living. A person who can have double masters and still be stupid in basic necessities of how you live as a superior species. I would always say that we humans are superior species because we have the brains to think and use it in the right way. So try to get into more holistic learning. Marks will come, a little less is also okay if you are a better human being. Have yourself as your own competition. That's the best thing which you can do. Be better than yesterday.
Great. Like each one of you are unique.
Yeah.
Yes, that's very nice. Instead of being like wanting to copy somebody's style or be somebody else, living somebody else's life, you be unique, competitive
Correct.
yourself.
Yes.
Very nice. Brilliant, ma'am. Very nice. I love the answer. Dear ma'am, do you remember any favorite proverb or a quote which you would like to share with us today?
Proverb or quote. I have a quote of mine which I wrote myself, which I have tattooed here also. So that quote is very simple, which says that don't fly to run away, don't fly to run away from life, but then fly for flying, fly for living, not running away from something. So that is something which is quoted. I would actually, it's not the right wordings which I'm telling, but then it very much says the essence of it is don't fly to run away from life. Majorly, fly to live, fly to be higher or be more known, be more informative. And that is the reason why you should progress, not to just run away from whatever you are.
Great, great, very nice. And you've even put a tattoo, right?
I have a lot of tattoos. I
Great.
have
Same
tons of
because
tattoos.
I'm happy that somebody's there with me now. Let's show a tattoo now. Even I have one, a little one. Great.
Mine is this. These are all my babies, actually.
Okay.
All of them. No, it goes on way till here. So
Wow.
these are all the babies which I have in this home and my mother's home. I have my daughter's name tattooed here.
Hey, that's
There are 12, 13 tattoos which I have. This is the one which is the proverb which I was saying. So that is there. I have a Lord Shiva on the back. I have scorpions on my legs. So yeah, a lot of them.
That's
The
really
smallest one, very similar to yours, would be this. This is the smallest which I have.
yes, dear. And this was my dream, which a childhood dream, which I recently got. In 2021, I got mine done.
Oh
And
wow.
I'm happy about it.
Oh, that's beautiful, actually.
Thank you. And I'm so happy that even you have the same passion and you've shared that today. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Oh, looking at my passion, my daughter wants to become a tattoo artist. That is what she is. That is her career goal. So she has it way nicely visualized, and I am helping her to build that. She's 12 now. But then, yeah, she is very clear about what she wants to become. Not an engineer or a doctor, but a tattoo artist.
Oh, great. That's
yeah.
Unique. Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, your proudest accomplishment till date?
Okay. This would sound lame, but then my proudest accomplishment is I am the best daughter my dad could have, is what he says. And being able to give my daughter the space where she can come and talk any and everything to me is actually one of my proudest accomplishment, because I was way scared the day she was born. And even today, I keep thinking that I should never be in a place where she needs to think twice before coming and telling me something. So my proudest accomplishment would be my daughter and her bond, which I have with her. And yeah, there are a lot of other accomplishments, but I'm very proud of that.
Very nice. And in fact, every parent should learn this from a celebrity, have that lovely bond with your child where your child can run up to you no matter what. Yeah, I have my mother or I have my parents ready to take me in their arms and forgive me for all the mistakes I've done, for all the wrong decisions. They should be open and free to come to us. So that is like more of a friendly type of an atmosphere than being a parent, authoritative parent or an authoritarian parent. Very nice. So this is how we learn from our guest how to be the best parent and to have your children bonding with you on different levels. We are very happy that our guest, Gauri Gopinath, is sharing her life story, her journey on the professional front with us today. Thank you, ma'am, so much for that beautiful sharing. And now I'd like to just share this. I have a little cup in my hand. According to you, is your cup half full, half empty, or is it full to the brim?
No, I'm never full. Always there is something more which I can accommodate. When it comes with respect to knowledge, I feel I'm still way empty. I have to procure a lot of it. When it comes to perseverance and when it comes to problems, I still have space for them. And when it comes to love, this is an unlimited cup kind of thing. You can keep pouring, I can keep taking love. So yeah, my cup is never full in any of the aspects. It is way too early for me to say that I'm full.
Great, dear, great. How many languages could you speak?
Okay, I speak Hindi and English. I can, and Tamil a little bit, say 60, 70%. I can understand Magadhi and Bhojpuri. These are two Bihari languages. And I can understand a little bit of Malayalam and Telugu. So yeah.
A polyglot having a lot of, a bit everywhere little.
Yeah, my roots are from Bihar. So yes, that is why I can understand Bihari. And I've been brought up in Bhopal. So Hindi is where I get from. And English obviously is one of my language loves, I would say. And Tamil, I've been in Tamil Nadu for more than 15, 20 years now. I came here in 2025, 2005. And in 2025, it would be like 20 years now. So married to a Tamilian, I do need to learn the language. So yeah.
Ma'am, what about the summers in Tamil Nadu? I think in Chennai, it's very hot.
Oh, very hot, very, very hot. It has taken me a very long time to survive in the summer. I still am coping up, I would say sometimes. But yeah, it comes with its own, pros and cons. So, but then we always have this saying when my parents ask me how is the climate, and then they would say, there is only one climate in Chennai, hot, hotter, and hottest. So what of it? So yeah,
Yes,
that is
I
that.
really agree on that term. Hot, hotter, and hottest. And there's nothing other than that, I feel. I mean, ma'am,
Yeah.
all the 12 months it is the same, or is there any change in the climatic condition?
See, basically, there would be near around Diwali, it would start, rain would start, and it would be in December, it would rain. We've got our share of floods also. Tsunami also has come. And that has been there, but still, I would not say any time it will be cold enough for me to put on a sweater. I've never put on a sweater in Chennai. But yeah, I see people putting on sweaters and kulla, ear ear mufflers and stuff. And I still keep thinking how and why. But I think that's the maximum cold they have had. But it is never chilling. We have our share of rains, a little bit of it, but not as great as the northern part of India.
Yes, dear. Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, are you a good listener, a speaker, or both?
I would say both because I'm a trainer and a coach and counselor. So, being a coach and counselor, I always feel that listening should be your highest skill or biggest, most stronger arena. And when you are a trainer, you need to learn different ways of speaking, keeping people involved in whatever you are doing. So, yeah, that is a skill which I have learned being in the profession which I am.
Great, great. Ma'am, here's a question off track. If you ever received a superpower from the universe, a boon from the universe, or a boon from the Almighty, what would that superpower be that you would want to have for yourself?
I a lot of times say I want to be Doraemon. So, why? Because Doraemon had this very beautiful door which he can place anywhere and go anywhere where he wants to. So, I always feel that I need that superpower where I can transport to the place where my loved ones are whenever they are because I love sharing my happy and sad moments with them. So, and they are scattered in different places of India, which becomes a little difficult, be at different places. So, yeah, that is one superpower which I would want that I am there everywhere kind of thing. Yeah.
Great. Omnipresent, I guess.
Omnipresent, yes, that is the word. Omnipresent, I would like to be. And if you look at the bigger picture with respect to the whole world, I would somehow the superpower I would want is to imbibe coexistence among people because only with that coexistence we will be able to exist for a longer time. If we don't have that, I think world will come to an end way faster than whatever it is. So yeah, that is something which I think about.
Perfect, ma'am. Perfect. Dear ma'am, would you like to enlighten or alert our audience about red flags? Any two red flags? Yes, you have to stay safe from so and so. Any two.
Okay. When talking about red flags, I would actually speak about kids, because somehow I feel it as adults, it is our responsibility to, bring up this younger generation in a much better way. So nowadays we all have this one child concept. There is no second child. So one of the red flags is do not provide your kids in abundance, because something as a parent which we all have started doing, uh, instead of one pair of shoes, he or she has 3 or 4 pairs of shoes, where he asks for one color book or color box, and we buy the whole art gallery and give it to him, and we feel that this is our duty to do it. Our we feel it is mera to ek hi bacha hai, that thing which comes, I have only one kid and I will give him whatever he wants, even before he says, even before she asks for it. But in this process, somewhere around, we are pushing them in a state where they'll stop valuing things, because abundance sometimes pushes them to not value. And later we would say, he doesn't value money, he doesn't value time, he doesn't value anything which I get him. I've got him so many things, everything is here, there, everywhere. Because you have taught him not to value, because you have taught him. Sometimes that thing is very important, that you make them ask for at least 2-3 times before you give. They should know the importance of what they have. They should value whatever they have. So yeah, that is one red flag. And the second red flag I would talk about is about relationships. Any relationship. It's not just a girlfriend, boyfriend, or husband-wife relationship. In any relationship, when you come to a state, where you start thinking that how much I have done for this person, and that is not valued. When that state comes, that how much I have done for this person and this person doesn't value that, is when you are seeing that the relationship is somewhere around going down. It is somewhere around, there is something of an issue. Because in a relationship, if you are giving in, whether it is emotional, whether it is monetary, whether it is physical, if you start counting that, that means you are ending the relationship. You have started doing that. And I'm not telling it's wrong from your end. I am telling it's wrong something in a relationship that you are pushed to count. So that is an issue. That is a red flag. You should be looking at that state and you should start working, that is very important.
Perfect. And thank you. Thank you. Deep insight into that. It's a very thought-provoking, what all you've shared. People have to just deeply think. Parents and as well as people, adults, we have to think very deeply into what you're trying to tell us. And parents, please do take care of your children. Don't over-pamper them. And once they cross their age and, they come to the adult stage, and that's the time the problem, they face the real problem. They want the same things. They demand the same attention and love and, the pampering from the people that come later in their life, right? And they don't value. Yeah, very nice.
And they stop valuing, what they are getting, because they've always got in abundance. Later, they start taking emotional abundance also as granted. Right. When it comes into relationships later, these are the kids who don't value. What you just spent 2 hours with me now? What is that? Why do I need to feel gratified towards that? No, you are supposed to feel gratified. Someone has given 2 hours of their life to you. So that gratification goes off if they get everything in abundance.
Great. Yes, dear. Very much, very thoughtful and very thankful that you've shared all of that with us, ma'am. The next question here is, when, you have a time machine, it's an imaginary question. You have a time machine, we give it to you in your hand. You just have to click one of the buttons. And when you click that, you are taken into the past. And you have to go over there and select any personality of your choice or relive their life. I mean, not select, relive their life. In that case, whose life would you want to relive if you got the opportunity to go into the past era with that time machine? Did you get the question?
No, I get the question, but why do I do that? I mean, somehow, I give me a minute. Give me 1 minute. Yeah.
Yes, dear. So here we put a question to our guest, to our celebrity, to select a personality and relive their life if ever she had a chance to go into the past and, try to select a personality and relive their life to see how it was or how it is to live in somebody else's shoe. and to experience that journey. So let's see what our guest has to share with us. My dear friends, there were many guests who shared that I live my own life. I wouldn't want to relive somebody's life. So let's wait and see what our guest has to share with us today. Dear friends, over
Yeah,
to
I'm
you,
so
ma'am.
sorry.
Gauri, ma'am. Yes,
I'm
dear.
so sorry. One of my kids have become violent and he wants my time. So yeah, that is the reason why he's running around me.
Yes, dear.
And so yeah, that is one option which I can take. I would relive my own life. That is the only thing which I would want to do. But uh, no one else's life. I have the best, I would say. Whatever I have. If we, until unless we don't live their life, we would not know the kind of difficulties they have suffered, the kind of shortcomings they have. So I'm happy with mine. That's what I would say.
Ma'am, do you forgive easily, ma'am? Yes or no?
Okay. I don't believe in sun signs and moon signs, but then I believe a little bit in that. And I am a Scorpio. People say never come in the bad books of Scorpio, because if they come, they will be stinged to death. That's the term which they use. It is, even till date, my hate list is very small, very very small, because somehow the threshold which I have to stop forgiving is I think very up, which I have kept. You cannot easily do something which will make me put you in that list that I will never forgive you. So yeah, that I forgive. I would not say easily, but then it's not difficult to get forgiveness if you are actually willing to seek forgiveness. That is there.
Yes, dear. So, dear friends, we asked the next question to our guest. We asked her forgiveness. Is she having the ability to forgive? She says yes. Let's check out with this question. On a scale of 1 to 10, ma'am, how would you rate yourself with regard to forgiving others?
Forgiving others, 10 being the highest, I would place myself somewhere around 7.
Very fair. Very nice.
Yeah.
A genuine answer. Dear ma'am, we've come to an end to the main round of the interview session. Now we go on to the rapid fire round.
The round which I'm very scared. I am somehow not very good at rapid fire.
With your permission, may I go ahead, ma'am?
Yes, please. Yes, please.
Yes, dear. Dear ma'am, you love cakes, ice cream, or chocolate?
Chocolates, dark chocolate.
Summer, winter, or rainy season, including spring?
Rainy.
Rainy.
Rainy. I love water.
Oh, great. Yes, I got the message at the start. Yes, dear. Ma'am, love to travel by land, air, or water?
Land, and that also somewhere around the water bodies, so that I can enjoy the water as well as the land.
City, village, or town?
Town. It has both, a little bit of city, a little bit of village, so town.
Yes, dear. Ma'am, when you help others, do you expect something in return? Yes or no?
No.
Your
Then I'm
idea...
not helping.
Sorry. I'm sorry.
Then I'm not helping.
Great. I get that. Dear ma'am, your idea of a beautiful day in just one word?
Beach.
Wow. Great. Are you a good cook?
No.
Any favorite recipe you'd like to share? The name?
I make good white sauce for the pasta. That's what my daughter says. So yeah.
Your favorite teacher's name or favorite sir's name when you were a student?
Student, as in I am a student even now. Can I take my favorite teacher's name?
Sure, ma'am.
It would be Karthik. Yeah, because he's made me what I am today in a lot of ways. So yeah, my mentor today, my business partner today, one. And the second one, I would say the favorite teacher I have or I have had is Farzana ma'am, my English teacher when I was in grade 6th, 7th, and 9th. So yeah, these two.
Are you good at singing or dancing?
Oh, you have to choose one, then dancing. Oh, singing, I'm pathetic.
Would you oblige and sing a line or two? Would you do that for us?
the audience will run away.
No, ma'am. Maybe a little rhyme or something that would be okay, or a
Oh yeah,
poem.
one of my favorite Hindi songs. I can sing that 2 lines. Uh, हमें तुमसे प्यार कितना ये हम नहीं जानते मगर जी नहीं सकते तुम्हारे बिना. हम्म. Yeah,
Beautiful. Thanks for obliging. Thank you so much. Thank you very much. A lovely song.
thank you, thank you.
Yes, dear. Thank you so much, ma'am. Dear ma'am, are you a morning person? Morning, afternoon, evening, or night? When are you very active on the
Night,
professional front? Yeah,
night.
a night owl.
Yeah,
And
my
you?
father calls me a nocturnal animal. That is how he defines me. So yeah, night.
Great, great. That's really nice. Dear ma'am, you love salty food, sweet stuff, or spicy food?
Spicy. Green chili is my favorite vegetable.
Great,
I can put it everywhere, anywhere, and
great, great. That's it. Is it very famous in Haryana? Like something in the north? I mean, from Haryana, you are from Haryana? Or am I right? Bihar or
no.
something? I didn't.
My roots are from Bihar. My upbringing is in Bhopal, Aurangabad, Hyderabad. I was born in Hyderabad, and right now I'm in Tamil Nadu. Green chili, I don't know. It is one of the favorite dishes of green chili, which I like the most is uh, thecha or thesa, what you call it. It's a Maharashtrian dish made of green chili and garlic. That is my favorite dish.
Great, great. Thank you, ma'am, for sharing. That's something new for us. Thank you. And even for our audience as well. Dear ma'am, would you prioritize only money or only happiness or both of these?
See, I'm somehow which chooses the mix because money cannot buy happiness, but money can buy iPhones. And money is a way of being happy, a easier way of being happy. But somehow you have to search happiness within you. So a blend of both would be the best version.
Great, great. Very nice. You're an introvert, an extrovert, or a blend of both of these?
A blend of both because there was a time when when one of my work friends had come home and they told, oh, she talks a lot, and my mother-in-law turned back and asked, what? Because it's very rare that she sees me talking blah blah blah, or chatting over phone and stuff. So for her it was a surprise. But then yeah, I am a blend of both. When I am with the right kind of people, I become extrovert. Else I'm an introvert.
Great. I remember you shared this at the start of the interview also, right?
Yeah.
Very nice. You're a very genuine person. I get to understand that. Very nice. Dear ma'am, when you are free and there's nobody around you, I mean, you are with your thoughts. At that given moment, where do you find your thoughts taking you to? Does it take you to your past, or are you keeping yourself busy in the present, or your thoughts are taking you deep into the future or far away into the future?
Okay. I mean, as I had mentioned before, I had a little difficult childhood in different ways, not going into the details of that. But there's one thing which I had developed then, and that is still there, is I make different versions of the time which has already passed and even the future. So that is something which I like that. I love doing that, sitting and imagining, acha, if this thing would have gone like this, how the future would be, or if this thing goes like this, how the past could have been. So that is something. I have different versions. Even today my future has multiple versions, and I can at least 6 of them which I have seen. So yeah, that is something which I keep doing.
You love socializing or me time?
Me time.
You're a
Or
thinker.
rather, I would say we time with my loved ones.
We time. Yeah, that's beautiful. I love the concept, we time. Dear ma'am, are you a good thinker, a doer, or both of this? I mean, a blend of both or a mixture of both?
I would say mixture is because only doing and not thinking is stupid. It is like you are a hard worker and not a smart worker. And only thinking and no doing is, again, you will get no productivity. So to be a smart worker, actually, you have to do both.
Yes, dear ma'am. Are you street smart or book smart? Or both?
Street smart.
Fresh food, fresh fruits, fresh salads, or fried food?
I love both. Actually, fresh fruits is something which I'm crazy about, but yeah, I would not say a no to a vada or a puri also. Or I have a sweet tooth, so half of the sweets are fried. But yeah, I have my love for fresh fruits. I love papayas. I love watermelon. I hate juices. So it's more of bowl of fresh fruits for me.
Great, that's nice. Dear ma'am, with full of fiber, right? That's really
Yeah.
nice. Ma'am, you love home cooked food or food ordered from outside, or maybe both?
I'm not a very good cook, so so it is. If you want to eat something nice, it's from outside. I'm not a very great cook, but yeah, few dishes I like from home. But then a blend, I would say.
Yes. I have the answer here already with me, but anyways, I will ask you. You love to go to a beach or a forest if you were given a choice?
Beach.
Yes. Yes, dear. You love to walk, or you'd like to ride a two-wheeler or drive a four-wheeler?
I don't drive a four-wheeler, and walking is not something which comes to me for a long time. So riding would be my choice.
Yeah, it's like that beautiful feeling of, riding, like feeling like an angel when you just, the breeze comes on your face when you're riding your two-wheeler. It's really wonderful. Ma'am,
Yes,
we are coming to the end of the session. Just two more questions, ma'am. Could I
yes,
take
please.
2 more minutes, please?
Can you give me a minute?
Sure,
Is that
ma'am.
possible? Yeah.
Yes, dear, please. Dear friends, when you ride a bike, that's really beautiful. Of course, you have to wear your helmet and stay safe. You should be alert when you drive on the road and ride on the road. Of course, if you're in a car, it's called as driving. When you're on a two-wheeler, stay safe and make space for the larger vehicles to go ahead. And of course, you should prioritize walking, because walking is one of the best things that we could ever do. Use the energy that we have and keep ourselves fit and fine. So we have our guest here. We'll go back to the question, the last two questions, ma'am. And
Okay.
there is a beautiful table. On that table, there's a lovely book and music. What would you lay your hands on?
Lovely book and music.
Yes, ma'am.
Uh, if both of them are my favorite music and my favorite book, it would be the book.
Great. That's really nice. Dear ma'am, this is the last question, ma'am, and we are sorry for taking extra time. We all know, dear friends, the three magical words: please, sorry, and thank you. Apart from these three magical words, we'd like to request our guest, Gauri Gopinath, to please give us three additional positive words called as the magical words from none other than Miss Gauri Gopinath.
Magical words would be a magical statement, I would say.
Okay.
One thing, if things go downhill or if things are not working as per what you want, so what next? So what next is one thing. Second beautiful word which I would say is I still love you, and yeah. Third is I'm alive.
Great. Beautiful, ma'am.
Yeah.
We'd like to thank you so much for all the time that you've given us. Thank you so much, the quality time you spent. And I feel guilty for taking more time from you. I'm very sorry.
No,
Thank
I'm sorry for stopping it twice in between, because
you.
this
But,
I have an 8-month-old little one, so
I
he's all
understand.
energetic all of a sudden. So I'm sorry for that, and thank you so much for having me. Thank you so much. Actually, now I'm feeling happy. I would go back looking at the recording that how I answered and what I answered. So it was fun. A nice 1 hour which I spent with you. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Dear friends, we'd like to sign off from the International Fab Talk show today and meet you yet again with another beautiful guest. Thank you so much for your time, and we love you. Stay safe and stay blessed. Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah. Take care.